You've been lied to about your money your entire life. And I know it sounds dramatic. But after spending nearly 20 years in finance and watching so many people deal with money, I've noticed a pattern in which people remain stuck, financially struggling, and frustrated. And it has nothing to do with how much you earn. Even the Harvard Business Review says it's not the income that builds wealth, it's what you do to protect it from your invisible drains. So today, I'm going to talk about 4 of the most overlooked mistakes and help you avoid them. Mistake 1. The danger of casual financial advice. The first pattern that consistently undermines wealth building is the tendency to make significant financial decisions based on some casual advice by unqualified sources. I've observed this phenomena countless times. Someone attends a social gathering, hears about an enthusiastic recommendation of an investment opportunity, and commits substantial resources without proper due diligence. A colleague recently shared a tale. My colleague's friend was advised to purchase a property in South Goa for Airbnb rental income, which promised 8% return as opposed to traditional rental yields of 2%. The mathematics seemed compelling. He liquidated all his savings, secured additional financing, and purchased the property. 2 years later, he discovered that the short-term rental management involves complex regulations, tax implications, guest relation, and operational challenges far beyond simple property ownership. Today, the property sits largely vacant, too remote for traditional renters and too complex for him to manage profitably as a vacation rental. His investment opportunity became a financial liability, setting his wealth-building journey back by few years. The lesson here is fundamental. Seek financial guidance from those who have successfully navigated the specific challenge you are facing. Professional competence in one area doesn't translate to expertise in financial markets or real estate investments. Let's move ahead to the second mistake. I call this the procrastination tax. Over the years, I've witnessed the single most expensive mistake people make: delaying their investment journey while waiting for the right moment. This postponement isn't born from ignorance. Most people do understand that investing is important. Rather, it stems from a psychological barrier, a belief that small amounts aren't worth the efforts. Individuals, especially in their 20s and 30s, convince themselves that investing few thousand rupees monthly is insignificant. They promise they'll begin properly when they get larger amounts to invest. This mindset is financially devastating. Let me illustrate with a comparison, and I've seen this play out repeatedly in real life. Consider 2 professionals, both starting their career at 25. The first one has the wisdom to begin investing 5,000 rupees monthly immediately. The second believes that this amount is trivial, waits for another 10 years to begin with at least 15,000 rupees monthly. Both continue until the age of 45. Conventional thinking suggests that the second person, having invested 18 lakhs compared to the first person's 12 lakhs, should have higher savings. But the mathematics tells a different story. At a 12% annual return, the early starter accumulates nearly 50 lakhs, while the late starter reaches only 34 lakhs. This 15 lakh differential is what I call the procrastination tax. The price we pay for waiting for tomorrow to do what we can do today. Time in the market is not just an advantage in investing, it's the primary driver for wealth creation. Every year you delay is a year of compounding growth you can never recover. Here is the third mistake: the illusion of permanent health. The second wealth destroyer I've observed is the widespread neglect of financial protection against life's inevitable uncertainties. In my experience, people insure their automobiles, they insure their homes, even their electronic devices. Yet, they leave their most valuable asset, their ability to earn income, completely exposed to risk. Let me elaborate. Recently, a 25-year-old cousin experienced persistent stomach pain. What began as a minor concern soon escalated into an emergency surgery and a 10-day hospitalization. The financial damage was 8 lakh rupees. This young man had no health insurance. His reasoning, I'm young and healthy, I don't need it. That single medical event dismantled years of careful savings. He depleted his emergency fund, maxed out on his credit card, and even borrowed money from friends. His financial recovery will perhaps take a few years. This story isn't unique. I've seen careers derailed, retirement postponed, and family dreams shattered by a single medical event. Insurance is not a product you buy hoping to use it. Don't treat it as an investment, rather treat it as an expense. And insurance also lays down a strong financial foundation. Mistake number 4. The professional complacency tax. The fourth wealth-destroying pattern I've witnessed is the failure to continuously update one's professional skills in response to tech and market changes. Over the past 2 decades, I've seen entire industries transform, job categories disappear, and professional requirements evolve dramatically. Those who've adapted thrived. Those who've remained static found themselves increasingly marginalized in the marketplace. This isn't merely about career advancement, it's also about financial survival. When your skills become obsolete, your earning potentials decline. I've watched experienced professionals, confident in their established expertise, gradually become less relevant to their employers. Their salaries stagnate, while younger, more technically proficient colleagues advance. Eventually, many face the difficult choice between accepting a lower paying position or attempting a costly career transition. In today's rapidly evolving economy, continuous learning is not an option, rather it's a wealth preservation strategy. Your skills are your primary income generating asset. Like any asset, they require ongoing maintenance and improvement to retain their value. Over the years of observing financial behavior, I've learned that wealth destruction rarely happens through dramatic failures. Most often, it occurs through gradual accumulation of these 4 patterns: delaying investment, neglecting protection, following poor advice, and neglecting professional development. The encouraging news is that recognizing these patterns is the first step towards avoiding them. Begin investing with whatever amount you can afford today. Protect your income and health through proper insurance. Seek financial advice from qualified, experienced professionals, and commit to a lifelong learning in your field. These principles aren't revolutionary, but are effective when applied consistently over time. The decision you make today will compound positively or negatively over the decades ahead, so choose wisely. Do share your experience in the comments. Which of these patterns have you observed in your own financial journey? And I'll see you guys in the next video.